Hi, everybody. So we're back. SciFiChristina,
Hello.
Adam, Corporate Geek. Sorry, we're just throwing this together because last night the people that run Star Trek were really smart, and they dropped a bonus scene. Initially, when I'd seen it, it was listed as a deleted scene, and then I went and watched it. Oh, wait, before we go any further, if you haven't seen the scene yet, go down the description. Click the link. You'll figure it out. You're smart people.
I'm excited because I got a chance to pull the disco shirt out again.
Yeah.
I was like, we're doing disco!
Let's all commiserate how we've been sad that there hasn't been any Discovery on and that it's going to be a while.
It has been sad, and it is going to be a while. When is it?
I don't even know. That's why I was
That's
just about to say
how wild
that.
it is.
First off, I want to sing the praises of the brain trust at CBS, because at the end of last season, they already had they had a big reveal at the end when hold on, just in case I'm throwing the spoiler alert warning up there on the screen now. At the end of last season, they had the big E reveal at the end show up, and so that was what
The Big E.
yeah. That was
1701.
and that was the thing that kept people talking, was the big reveal at the end, the big brain buster at the end. And they had this scene that they had already shot and all, and it in itself is a great big brain buster of a sequence. And they were like, we don't want to bother dishing out two big brain busters. What we'll do is we'll wait a few months after the show is done and interest in everything is waned. And then we'll drop this out there at a con, and then we'll get people talking about it again and hopefully see some buzz result.
Success.
Yeah, and not only that, you know what? Let's not just do that, but let's also team up with someone, I don't know who's doing it, and release some of these black badges on the same day.
Merch as well.
Yeah, they're no
Yeah,
dummies.
no. It's almost like they have experience and they pay people to do this marketing thing.
Yeah, jerks. Making us have to buy stuff. I already, even they announced these black badges months ago, and
There was a pre-order, wasn't there?
there wasn't a pre-order. I'm pretty sure it was just that, hey, this day they're gonna be available. Whatever. I saw them then, and the only thing I had known about them was the part where we saw it in the third episode, and I was like, well, that's a really cool looking thing. And I usually don't buy little tchotchke stuff like that and all, but that one was really sweet looking. And it was like plain look, and it could skate by somewhere. So I was already thinking about getting that. And now that they're going to make it a big thing in season 2, I was like, ooh.
You're saying that it was subtle enough that you could wear it out and about and it not just be shouting like.
Thank you for that translation from
Okay.
Adam.
I was just saying, like, I'm gonna need to translate that because it did not come out all the way for the general audience.
I've had a little bit much coffee,
little-
so I'm sorry.
a little bit much.
My words be going fast.
Yeah, no, I think that they're pretty sharp looking, and I like that they just dropped. In the third episode, it was like, boom, someone said, I've never seen those badges before, and that was it. No one mentioned it again.
Yeah,
the entirety of the season.
All of us idiots that go on Reddit and talk about theories and everything, we were talking about it. We were like, that's Section 31.
So now that Section 31 has played a large role in movies, and now it looks like in this show, I have to do a deep dive and really learn all I can learn.
Well, at the end of at part of this, I'm going to give everyone a little refresher, a little heads up as to what Section 31 is all about. But just to refresh everyone's memory, because like I said, not everyone's a lunatic for the show like we are and remember all the details and everything. So I already covered that in episode 3. We had seen those black badges before. That was at the end of the bonus scene. But also Michelle Yeoh, the main actress in that scene that you just saw,
former emperor of the Terran Empire.
Yes, she is playing a mirror universe version of Captain Georgiou, who was in the first 2 episodes of this season. And like Christina said, she was an emperor over there in the mirror universe, and Michael Burnham brought her back to this universe because she was definitely going to die if she stayed over there. And Michael Burnham felt a certain degree of responsibility for getting Captain Georgiou killed. So she said, "Hey, this will help balance out my karma a little bit.
I'll bring over a replacement."
Yeah, or at the
Never
very
goes
least,
well.
it was, I can't deal with letting another version of my mom, version 3, die. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So there's that, and through rigmarole that happened in the finale, the Emperor won her freedom from the Federation at the end of that episode, and she disappeared into the underbelly of Kronos.
Yeah, apparently she didn't go far. She went back to the cabaret that they had gone in before and just took over. I was like, she just went back and bought that place.
Yeah, but
she must have really liked the guys she had encountered before, or the guy and gal.
Or she was like, I know this place, so I'll just start there. I would like to know at what point that scene was done, because like you know, was
in the
that
timeline of the show?
Yeah. But is that like 3 days into the future? Is that 2 weeks in the future? Is that a month and a half into the future? Because see, to me, I would think that was like about 3 weeks into the future.
Enough time that well,
more coffee.
That's what he needs. Enough time that wow, character names seem to, now that we're not talking about it every day.
Saru?
No.
Oh.
Mary Chieffo. Apparently
Tilly?
actor names are...
Tilly?
No, Mary Chieffo.
Oh, Laurel.
Laurel was able to go deliver her
oh yeah,
her ultimatum, get everyone behind her enough that she could diplomatically call a ceasefire with Starfleet, with the Federation.
Well, but all that had to happen fairly quickly because the Klingons were literally going at half impulse towards
well, yeah,
Earth.
yeah, getting control of everything probably happened pretty quickly, and then
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but real quick, if you wonder why I say half impulse, because I'm going to make a video pop up here on the replay that talks about how close the Klingons were to Earth. So go and watch that and get terrified out of your mind. All right, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's okay. So yeah, no, I think that 3 weeks sounds like a good amount of time.
Yeah.
Although, it could have been 3 days, because I'm sure she would have been able to just establish herself as, she would have walked in, been like, I'm buying this establishment or taking it, and now it's mine. Mine now.
That catches you up on all the background stuff that happened. Then we have that scene. And since you just watched it there, do you want to recap it for us real quick, just so?
Sure.
I
mean, it was not long. It was like 2.5 minutes, and it was, we get a shot of the inside of the cabaret as they mention it later, which is basically just a bar and whorehouse. And we see in the background, in the pan, we see Clint Howard, all of the other seedy underbelly, and then we see Michelle Yeoh all decked out in I'm running a whorehouse garb.
Her outfit was that risque? I didn't think so.
Well, no, but it was like
I
powerful
feel like
dominatrix. She had a ponytail. She had all black leather. I mean, that's pretty much.
I feel she was already dressed for Section 31.
Well, true.
All she needed was the badge.
True. She's running an establishment. She looks put upon because she's trying to figure out what her next move is going to be. This guy shows up who appears to be a Trill, which was awesome that they pulled that race up in this time frame, because I really do. I liked the storylines in Next Generation, and then of course the character Dax in Deep Space Nine, because she was my favorite. I went through a period of time in my teens where I was like, I'm naming a child Jadzia. My mother was not pleased.
I like the name Ezri better.
I didn't like Ezri, so that her name could not have made an impact on me. I love Jadzia. That was my girl. She spots him and calls him out on not being a Trill. He reveals himself to be not a Trill. And she says, "Oh, you're Starfleet." And this is the part that I was confused about, because he says, "No, I'm not Starfleet. I'm something else." He basically woos her with talk of having influence over the fate of this universe, and really kind of pandering to her need to be in control. Then delivers this Section 31 badge to her and says, "Welcome to Section 31." My question is, he said, "We're not Starfleet. Is Section 31 not a section of Starfleet? Because it's in..."
Well, all right. Here's where people online are already delving into the semantics of exactly what he said. So for everyone not familiar with the Star Trek lore, There's been an ongoing plot line that there is in the original Starfleet charter.
Article 14, Section 31.
There was a group put together, basically super counterintelligence. It's the equivalent like the Tal Shiar for the Romulans and the, what's it for the Cardassians? The Black Order, something like that.
It allows for extraordinary measures to be taken in times of extreme threat. Wonderfully vague charter speak that allows a bunch of people to decide that we're always in extreme threat, so we will always be able to take extreme measures.
Yeah,
it's beautiful mirroring of what we hear of in our real world sometimes.
Yeah, they're essentially just James Bond, and they're allowed to do whatever it is that they want to do and need to do. And so they're the morally ambiguous part of the Star Trek universe, and they were a big talking point for people doing theories at the beginning of the season because it seemed to fit right in. It's like, oh, all this BS that Lorca's doing, he's obviously Section 31. Oh, they got black badges. Black badges are always bad. So they're obviously Section 31. But then they never hit upon the black badges again. So that's what threw things off. But many of the different shows had scenes with Section 31. Deep Space Nine, like when it was released, chronological order. Deep Space Nine had a big plot line with Bashir trying to get wooed by Section 31 to come on board. I'm almost certain that was after he was found out to be genetically manipulated, or maybe they knew and it hadn't broken open yet, and they were trying to use that as a thing. It even harkened back to the show Enterprise, because it turns out Reed had worked for Section 31 for a while, but he wasn't then, but got sucked back in, and drama. In the alternate universe movie Into Darkness, Section 31 played a prominent part. I'm scrolling through some of the images now. That's the guy from Enterprise that worked with Reed. That is Sloan, who was trying to get Bashir on board, get him to be part of the Section 31 team. That is the cool black badges that we saw initially. And that is that guy from Into Darkness. Although most people would think it's Khan, but he was really just getting hosed over by everyone. Spoilers if you didn't know he was Khan. Sorry. But that's alternate universe, and we don't deal with that. We're in the prime universe here, people. That's what Section 31 is, and there's some people that love it, some people hate it. I enjoy it if they're going to be smart about it. I don't worry too much personally about the people that get upset and they say in Roddenberry's Star Trek universe, this thing shouldn't exist. This is a thing that was clamped on later on by people that want to make it bad. Have like a dirty, nasty version of Star Trek.
But there were plot lines in Next Generation, like the former admiral that Riker had been under when the Pegasus. That seems like something that would obviously have come out of Section 31.
Well, but it didn't, because it was still just him being a bad guy.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that there were morally ambiguous people in the Roddenberry universe that because we can't escape human fallacy. That's something that is still a theme even when he was in charge. I know that the goal was that the Federation would be something better, and I think that in general it does always return back to those themes of hope and doing better, but you need conflict. You need something, and sometimes conflict comes from inside.
That was one of the things that Roddenberry always wanted to avoid, was that kind of internal conflict, definitely on the ship, but a lot of people wanted that extended to the whole Federation as a whole, and it's like, no, that's too much to have everyone be happy. I'm pretty sure we covered everything that we needed to. Personally, I'm just excited that there was more information out there.
Fresh disco. I loved it.
Something to talk about.
Yep.
Although, personally, I would have liked to not have to deal with the Emperor this season. Like, I would have been happy if they had a whole different storyline, stuff going on, and then this come back out for a third season.
I would love that still happened. That they released this and we got all excited, and then the entire of the next season, like the Section 31 stuff, is just going to come out in these small spits and spurts, and then like season 3 will be. That would be. It'll come to fruition then. That would be cool.
I'm still holding out hope that Captain Killy from the Mirror Universe is still alive. That she was captured by the Klingon.
Killy and the Emperor get together and
because the Emperor, she would get the intel from Section 31 that Killy's still alive, and she'd be like, well, we got to rescue the hell out of her.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She'll help the heck out of this morally ambiguous stuff.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Well,
it was fun being back and talking about disco again.
It was. Please, please, please. You got any questions about the thing? Put them in the comments below. Like I said before, I had a whole episode about how close the Klingons were to Earth. Maybe I'll make that pop up again, or at the end of the video, or at the beginning. Oh, and also, if you, like us, need your Star Trek Discovery content during this off time, you can look below in the description and see links that we have set up to Amazon for the books, all the novels that are out, especially the one coming out in June that I'm going to read the hell out of and definitely talk about, because I can't browbeat this one and actually doing a podcast or a vodcast about the books that she's supposed to have read.
Boo.
But I'll do the one in June about Saru, because Saru. Anywho, all right. Thank you all for joining in, and we will see you the next time they drop something random out of nowhere. I don't know. Maybe we need to look up the merchandise release stuff and see.
I know. Maybe they'll always correspond with something.
All right. Bye for
SciFiChristina
and Adam, Corporate Geek. Thanks a lot.